chat to Daniel, chat some people on something, even comments on people's content, because I love welcoming myself. Peace.
This footage comes from Exploring with Angelo. This time, Angelo made a decision he normally avoids. Instead of staying near the safety of the hill, he pushed deeper into the dark, isolated woods of Happy Valley, searching for answers about the sinister presence people claim lurks there. But from the moment he arrived, it felt like the forest was already waiting for him.
While we're back at Happy Valley. If you guys know this place, you know how freaking scary it gets here at night. I've actually managed to make it with some daylight. So basically what we're going to do for now at least is we're going to go a little bit further in. I'm very curious because we almost never get the daylight, first of all, when we're here, and second of all, I've never really been past that point where we always end up turning. So we're going to go further down. Maybe I'll find another spot that's workable to camp out at tonight. As far as here, this is where we usually turn into, but like I said, I think it makes more sense to just keep going in there and investigate, see what the heck is there. Well, not really investigate, but explore it. That was like a whistle or something. What the hell? Investigate, but explore it. That was like a whistle or something. What the hell? But it sounded like, it literally sounded almost like a referee whistle. Like a whistle or something. What the hell? They turn into. But like I said, I think it makes more sense to just keep going in there and investigate, see what the heck is there. Well, not really investigate, but explore it. That was like a whistle or something. What the hell? But it sounded like...
He's freaking himself out because I'm sure that was a bed. Almost certain. What do you guys think? Should I have a listen again?
Like more sense to just keep going in there and investigate, see what the heck is there. Well, not really investigate, but explore it. That was like a whistle or something. What the hell? But it sounded like, it literally sounded almost like a referee whistle.
No, it was a bed.
Strange. Okay, now I'm hearing people. I don't know if there's hikers right now. Normally where I park, if there is somebody hiking, you would see other cars there, but there's none. So I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's keep going. I swear I keep hearing like people down there, but I don't see anybody.
Unnatural whistle suddenly echoed through the silence. The parking lot was completely empty. Yet Angelo couldn't shake the feeling that something else was nearby. A crushing sense of dread settled over him, as if an invisible force was trying to stop him from moving forward. Then, out of nowhere, a horrifying human scream for help erupted from somewhere deep in the trees before disappearing just as quickly.
Okay, that was a person. That was 100% a person. They just screamed. Hello? I also just realized my microphone settings were off, so I might sound a little wonky, but sorry guys. I don't see anyone. Who the hell keeps calling out? That was weird because it sounds literally like it was back where we just came from. Okay. Strange. Let's get up there and see if we see anything, I guess.
Angelo called out into the darkness, but the forest answered only with silence and wind. It felt as though the woods themselves were imitating human voices, trying to lure him deeper into the valley. Hoping for answers, he turned on the spirit box. Through the static, a chilling voice emerged with a warning he couldn't ignore. 300 years, get out.
Our usual... The f*** was that? The heck? Like I legit like felt it like from behind kinda. I mean I didn't have my back on it, I don't think. Let's run a spirit box for a second. I'm gonna use a device that you can communicate with me through. You can pick words if you want to. You know, I do believe that people who've passed on tend to go back to, you know, certain places that they used to go when they were alive. So this could be one of them. Like I was recently talking about this with a nurse at the hospital that my grandmother's staying at, and he basically said the same thing. Like one of the hospitals that he worked at.
I've been here 300 years.
Okay. 300 years, so that would be 2000, so 1700s? That does make sense, actually. This is a pioneer area. Can you tell us how you died? Wouldn't mind maybe speaking to Kirk.
Get out.
Why did it like that say that? Switches from heavy and anxious back that way to, I don't even know how to describe it, like dangerous. Like it feels, like I kid you not, it feels like there's almost like a barrier. Like something is stopping me or trying to stop me. Thought I heard something. But yeah, something feels like it's trying to stop me from going further. Is there something here? That was back at the camp. Sounded like. I feel weird over here too. It's like kind of what I'm feeling right now is like a weird like pressure on my head, specifically my right ear right now. I don't know what that is. It almost feels like as if something's squeezing skull. Every time I get to this point, I literally just want to turn back. Like that spot's already scary enough. What's doing that? Alright, screw it, let's go back. Oh! What was that? Something just like stomped right behind me. Fuck. That was creepy. Creepy and loud. The fuck?
What was that noise? I definitely heard something.
From that moment on, the atmosphere became unbearable. A sudden wave of pressure slammed into his head, followed by a loud, heavy stomp directly behind him, close enough to make him jump. Throughout the night, dark shapes seemed to move along the tree line, while disturbing groans echoed around his tent as he struggled to sleep. By 4:30 in the morning, Angelo had enough. He packed up and fled Happy Valley, leaving whatever dark presence haunted those woods behind him. On January 11th, 2026, a deeply unsettling video was uploaded to YouTube by a channel called Pasha Brill. In the footage, Pasha documents the search for a 28-year-old man named Victor, who had disappeared after entering a remote nature reserve and was never seen again. As a volunteer assisting in the search effort, Pasha travels deep into the area where Victor was last believed to have been. At first, he expects the search to lead nowhere, just like previous. But while moving through the forest, something immediately changes the direction of the entire investigation.
Hey. Oh.
Pasha discovers an abandoned campsite that appears untouched for a short distance away, near a railway bridge. He then finds a GoPro lying in the dirt. At first, it seems like nothing more than misplaced equipment. But once he retrieves it and checks the recorded footage, the situation takes a much darker turn. And then, suddenly, the recording cuts off. According to Pasha, the footage suggests Victor may have been chased after stepping out of his tent to investigate a strange noise nearby. At one point, running can reportedly be heard before the camera is dropped near the railway bridge. After that, everything goes silent. No further trace of Victor has ever been found. Victor was known to camp alone and, according to his wife, often carried a firearm for protection. However, the weapon was never recovered. What makes the situation even more puzzling is how easily the campsite and camera were discovered. The tent was located relatively close to the entrance, and the GoPro was lying in plain sight. Yet investigators somehow missed both during earlier searches. The following day, Pasha continues deeper into the forest, following the railway tracks for miles in hopes of finding answers. But as time passes, the search yields nothing. No voices, no clues, no signs of what happened. As night falls, even Pasha begins to feel disoriented, as though the forest itself is becoming harder to escape. Fortunately, he makes it out safely that night. But the mystery is unsolved, and this footage continues to stand as one of the internet's most unsettling and unexplained disappearances. This terrifying encounter comes from Ghost Theory, a channel run by seasoned explorers Joe and Elliot, known for investigating some of the world's most haunted and abandoned locations in search of paranormal activity. But on June 2nd, 2024, what began as another overnight exploration quickly spiraled into something far more dangerous. The two explorers traveled deep into the UK wilderness to investigate one of the country's most infamous abandoned mental asylums, a massive decaying structure left empty for more than 30 years. Hidden behind dense forest, the asylum carried a disturbing reputation tied to tragic deaths, unexplained incidents, and rumors of restless spirits still haunting its crumbling halls. After trekking through the surrounding woods, Joe and Elliot finally reached the towering abandoned building. Endless dark corridors, collapsing walls, and the suffocating silence inside immediately created an overwhelming sense of unease. Fearing parts of the unstable structure below could collapse at any moment, they decided the rooftop would be the safest place to set up camp for the night.
And everything, we thought it'd be best to
Go somewhere where there's quite a lot of ventilation, and where better than outside?
So we're going to the Holiday Inn, just down the road.
So basically, we are going to be camping on this lovely roof area.
Hang on. Right, theoretically. Fuck me. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be honest, since from the last time, we're not going to do much sleeping, are we?
Straight out the other side.
Yeah.
Let's turn up, we're builders.
Yeah.
Security with, this is my truncheon.
I mean,
is to investigate ourselves before we leave cameras in here, so then we know roughly, I guess, where we should be putting the cameras, because we don't have to change them around too many times.
No.
It's a bit of a pain in the arse, especially when you're half asleep.
No, you kind of want to find the areas that's going to cover like all rooms, corridors, and most open spaces.
But it's also finding the areas that have got the most going on. If we go somewhere and there's constantly activity or something there, you know, to leave a camera there. But we also haven't ever really had a good look around this building.
No.
So
just soaking in the atmosphere. Hello? Is anybody here that can hear us?
oh, the lift shaft. Look at that, just completely open. Oh.
There's a horrible smell.
Did you hear that?
Okay, listen.
That's people, isn't it?
Once their gear was ready, the two began exploring the asylum, moving through forgotten hallways and abandoned rooms, searching for signs of paranormal activity. But as they pushed deeper into the building, they began hearing faint footsteps echoing through the corridors. At first, they dismissed the sounds as the building settling or their own imagination. Then everything changed. Loud banging suddenly erupted somewhere inside the asylum. Footsteps thundered through the halls, while objects sounded like they were being violently thrown around in the darkness. The sounds felt far too physical and aggressive to ignore. It no longer felt like paranormal activity. It felt like someone else was inside the building with them. Joe and Elliot were familiar with encountering strangers in abandoned places. Squatters and trespassers are common in forgotten locations. But this situation felt different.
For fuck's sake. People are paranormal. That was really weird though. It was like it was people, but then just went. But they're just throwing stuff around. Were they? They were like throwing things into the building and shit. Are they out there? I can't see them. I can hear them. Do you?
Yeah, I don't like it.
They were quite. Because it's not like people have just like come in, have a look around,
chatting and stuff even.
Yeah, there's just random things got thrown about from like multiple angles.
I'm ashamed myself. What are the chances?
Yes.
As soon as we call out as well.
Yeah, we...
The atmosphere inside the asylum had shifted completely, and both men sensed that whoever was nearby could be dangerous. Trying not to reveal their location, they shut off their lights and sat silently in complete darkness, listening as footsteps and distant crashes echoed through the building around them. After several tense minutes, they carefully moved deeper into another section of the asylum, hoping to finally identify whoever was making the noises. Then they saw them. Several figures appeared outside the asylum.
They're in. Oh. There's two of them. Hang on. They've all got guns and shit.
Are they coloured guns?
Hey?
Are they coloured guns?
No.
Proper like black.
They're proper rifles. Like they're stood like this. They're like this long. They're air rifles.
You're fucking kidding. Like the proper pellet rifles.
They're rifles. Like a sniper. He's got a full fucking helmet on and everything.
That's illegal.
But there's two of them sat down there where the entrance is.
That's illegal though.
Yeah. What do we do now?
If they got fucking rifles, that's gonna help.
Yeah.
And it's illegal. Highly illegal.
They're in full fucking army gear.
And they're waiting for it to get dark.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing. There's quite a few of them.
How many, roughly?
I've seen 4.
For fuck's sake.
And they all have
Joe captured footage of one of the men carrying multiple rifles, while Elliot realized there were at least 4 armed individuals moving around the property. The sight immediately alarmed them. Firearms are heavily restricted in the UK, making the presence of multiple armed men inside an abandoned asylum deeply unsettling. These were clearly not ordinary explorers or harmless trespassers. Whoever they were, they likely had access to illegal weapons and little concern for consequences. At that moment, the situation became potentially life-threatening. Joe and Elliot understood that one wrong move, one loud sound, or accidentally exposing their location could put them directly in danger. Remaining calm, they quietly returned to their rooftop camp and stripped down unnecessary gear so they could escape quickly if needed. From there, they cautiously moved toward a higher part of the building, hoping to safely observe how the armed men would react. As the night continued, the two carefully searched sections of the asylum, scanning dark rooms and endless hallways. Yet no matter where they looked, they couldn't find anyone. They even shouted into the darkness, but received no response.
What's they got? Where the f are they gone?
No idea.
Really? Fuck was that? What the fuck? It's like a fucking machine gun. Hello?
Is that a voice?
Is that a fucking angle grinder? And it's now an angle grinder.
But if there's someone here,
Hey?
but if there's someone here now, there's a voice, isn't it?
It sounds like someone cutting a tree down outside.
This is some horrible fucking shit. What the fuck are they doing?
That's very fucking loud. I don't know what the fuck to do. I do not know what the fuck to do.
Is that outside?
What?
Is that outside? Shit, fuck.
The silence only made everything more disturbing. It felt as though whoever was inside the asylum was intentionally hiding from them. Just as they began to think the strangers had left, the noises suddenly returned, this time far louder and much closer. Heavy footsteps, violent crashes, and banging echoed rapidly throughout the building, surrounding them from multiple directions. The sounds grew increasingly aggressive, but no one ever revealed themselves. Despite using flashlights and making noise while moving through the asylum, whoever remained inside stayed hidden in the darkness. At several moments, Joe and Elliot even heard sounds resembling distant machine gun fire, echoing somewhere deeper within the building. Fear quickly took over, as they realized the situation could escalate at any second. Choosing survival over curiosity, the two slowly made their way through the dark corridors toward the exit. Their only focus now was escaping the asylum before whatever was happening became even more dangerous. Eventually, they found an opportunity to flee.
People turn up with guns. Whatever guns, whether they're airsoft, air rifles, whatever, I have no idea. And then whack out with some fucking angle grinders.
But the thing is,
he heard his name, whatever, so whatever, have you got the ladder? So they brought fucking ladders in and everything.
How?
I don't know.
Did they get past?
There are multiple ways into that building.
Yeah.
We must have literally walked around the outside when they came in the other side.
Okay.
It has to have done.
Abandoning parts of their gear and even their tent just to get out as fast as possible. As they escaped through the darkness, they noticed flashlights moving in the upper sections of the building, confirming someone was still inside, watching or moving through the asylum long after they had decided to leave. Even after making it out safely, the feeling of being observed never fully disappeared. What started as a simple overnight paranormal investigation had rapidly transformed into a terrifying and potentially deadly encounter. Had Joe and Elliot stayed longer or accidentally crossed paths with those armed individuals face to face, the outcome could have been far worse. In isolated places like that, a situation can turn dangerous within seconds. In October, Lomar and his dog Kia ventured deep into the Canadian wilderness in search of the forgotten grave of Catherine McIntosh, a young girl who had been buried alone in the mountains since 1889. Surrounded by nothing but endless forest. Surrounded, the isolated headstones carried an eerie presence that immediately unsettled the atmosphere.
Welcome back to a brand new haunted
A
familiar spot, but a brand new spot for those of you guys who are new now. So I'm gonna put a verbal warning for you guys right now. This is gonna get insanely disturbing. This is a spot where I've had negative encounters here, and there's a few reasons why that stuff does happen. It's not only me, it's a lot of people who come to paranormal investigate up here. I'm gonna explain why in a second, but we just got here. To me, this is one of Canada's top 3 most haunted locations, and we just pulled up right now. For those of you guys who are new to the channel and have never seen this before, this is one of a kind, man. This is a one of a kind spot, and you don't find this at all very often now. Almost sad but creepy at the same time. And yeah, she just sits here in the middle of nowhere. I feel like I'm being watched already. I actually feel like I'm being watched. It's me again. I'm not too sure if you remember me, but I've been here a few times. And just want to talk to you, see how you're doing. Daughter of Robert McIntosh, died April 23rd, 1889, aged 8 years old. Look at this. Suffer little children and forbid them not to come unto me, for of such is the kingdom of heaven. Well, Catherine, we're going to be on the road, okay? I know you recognize me. You've seen me before. But we're going to go that way, a little bit down further, all right? As you know, we stick around the area. We sometimes go that way and around, but you're more than welcome to join me and my dog. I don't know if you like dogs, but feel free to come join us, try and communicate with us, and don't let that entity hold you back from talking, okay? You're safe with us.
Curious and unaware of what might be listening, Lomar invited the spirit to follow them as they climbed farther into the mountains. But hidden somewhere within the darkness, something appeared to already be watching. Without warning, the forest went completely silent.
Okay, this is a first. She's actually shaking. You okay, Akia? You okay, baby? You're a good girl. Daddy loves you, okay? She's shaking right now, though. It's kind of creepy because I don't hear any bugs. No insects, nothing. No crickets.
nightmare.
Officially